Good morning. Well, I don't know if it's morning or evening for you, but it's morning for me, early morning. And I haven't actually made a video in quite a while, even though I've been putting out videos 2 times a week. Um, I kind of got ahead and haven't made a video for a while. So I wanted to make one this morning. And I want to work on this Portulacaria afra. It is Lilliput, so a very dwarf variety of Portulacaria afra. And I got this plant from Walmart quite a while ago, and it's actually not one plant, it's several. There's at least 4, 5 stems in here. And so I've grown it in this pot for a while, and I want to separate those so they can grow separately. And I think I'm actually going to maybe put quite a few in small pots just to give away to people or possibly to sell later. I want them to establish in those pots before I give them away or sell them. And I'll keep at least one for myself. I don't know if I want all 5 of them. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this morning. All right, here we go. So here's the little pots I'm gonna put some of these in. And even though the stems on this thing are tiny, I just want to get them established in these pots. And one of them at least I'm going to grow out in probably a larger container, I think. So I did recently actually repot this, but then, and it has grown a little bit, you can see. But then decided, I want to separate this before it gets too much. The roots get too much more intertwined. Because I'm imagining they're quite intertwined as it is. And yeah, it looks like actually I left the old drainage screen. I had this in a small pot for a while actually. Then I put it in a bigger pot. And looks like I left the I left the drainage screen in. Which is what I'm getting out now. Drainage screen. There it is. There's the other drainage screen. So now, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individuals in here. So I'm now going to separate them. Alright. Halved it. One individual. Two individual. There's the third. The fourth and the fifth. And this, I've been looking at them. This is the one I like. It already has kind of an interesting base, and I think I'm gonna keep these all small trees. The Lilliput variety of Portulacaria afra has small leaves, lends itself well to small bonsai or plants. And I'll probably actually will prune these just because they're so top heavy. When I plant them in these small pots, they might tip over. So just to help myself out, I'm just gonna prune them up so they look better. And yeah, you know, I'll probably propagate the cuttings. Succulents, of course, propagate really well from cuttings. Jade, I've done tons of cuttings of jade and pretty much 100% success rate for those. Right now I'm just kind of getting some of this really loamy soil out with my fingers very gently. Yes, it's actually been a long time since I made a video. I feel kind of rusty because I got excited, made a whole bunch, have them scheduled out for weeks and weeks. I got too ahead of myself and had to take a break for a couple weeks. As for time of year, because this won't come out till July sometime, this is actually late June I'm doing this, which is a good time to work on tropicals. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this soil here, clean my surface up a bit. Alright, so here's the first one, and I'm going to chop the top just to make it more stable. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Does look kind of like a tiny little tree. And yeah, there's a kind of a largest root actually. I'm going to take that off. Okay, so let's put it in. And I put these wires, so I have drainage screens in here. And they're really fine drainage screens that came with these pots. These pots I got a good deal. They're like 50% off on Amazon. So it's probably super cheap, but good enough for Portugal carry Afra. They won't freeze. And then to stabilize the trees in the pots, I have put this wire around. So yeah, I'll cut off this root. A little thick. And I'll save this. This will root really, really easily. And honestly, these are tiny pots, but if you looking at these roots, it'll have plenty of room to expand. So actually, hopefully they'll grow pretty well, even in this small bonsai pot. I don't know how well these wires will secure it. It's kind of an afterthought. Alright, one done. Quite a few more to go. Go with this one. It's tree number 2. And yeah, this one is quite tall, so I think if I plant in here it would kind of flop around. So again, I'm gonna just kind of lop off the top of it. So lop it here. Alright, there we go. And now I'll go ahead and try and do the wire again, I suppose. Alright, so we got tree number 2 complete. Yeah, looks like a little tree. Cool. Number 2 done. Alright, so here is number 3. And just like the others, I'm going to take the top off. I'll prune this down to this end. And let's take, where'd it go? Let me go all the way back here. To the cuttings pile. So again, a tiny little tree. I like it. Go. Alright, so tree number 3. Yeah, these are great. Once you print them up, they look like tiny little trees. I'm going to take this leaf off. Yeah, there we go. Number 4. And this one's actually the biggest, and for whatever weird reason I was like, well, I'll put it in the smallest. I don't know why. Just to be goofy, I guess. So I'm going to lop the top off this guy. And we'll also lop off his the side shoot here. Well, that's pretty cool. I like it. It actually looks like recalls like a conifer. Makes me like it more. I'll take off this long root. Yeah, looks like a little conifer. That's cool. Alright, there we go. A little Portulacaria afra that looks like a conifer. And even to make it even better, I'm going to take off the tip of this. Cool, I like it. And here's number 5, the last one. And this is the one that I was really liking and thinking I'm definitely going to keep for myself because it is the biggest. But honestly, I'm really I like all of them really. Who knows? But this one I'm going to grow out and not put in a small pot yet. But it is really top heavy still, so I am going to prune off the ends. And Alright, that is number 5. So here's some final shots of the 5 trees I made today. This guy, and I'm really liking this one, kind of coffer looking one. That is more clump style. Here's another one that's just a little upright tree. And this one in a slightly bigger pot that I'm kind of growing out before I really styled to make it look like a tree. But yeah, it's fun to take one plant and create 5 mini bonsai. And I imagine anybody watching this video is aware of Nigel Saunders, and I really love his miniature bonsai series he's been doing. He has all these tiny trees, much like these, that I can tell he loves them too. He's always talking about how much he loves working on tiny trees at this scale, and I enjoy the same thing. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, just a cheap plant I got at Walmart. I honestly think it cost about $5, and so I created 5 bonsai from well, I don't know if I consider them bonsai, they're more pre-bonsai, but yeah, $5 for the plants. The pots altogether, I got 5 or 6 of these little pots on Amazon they're normally $30. I got them for $15. And one last thing, where did I put that? Oh, that's right. So this is really what I started with. I had all these in this pot. These are just the cuttings, and I actually put 5 cuttings in there, which is what these started as, was 5 cuttings. So really, I can do this again if I so desire. I'll let these grow out for a year or 2, and you know, do the same thing. So it's almost like I didn't lose anything, but just gained 5 trees. So also, we'll see how these do. I think they'll actually grow well in these small pots because their roots have plenty of room. And if I remember right, Portulacaria afra don't really mind being pot bound, so they might grow pretty well. So one more final shot. I just wanted to show how I'm going to keep these. I put them in this shallow pot that has bonsai soil on the bottom, and that will allow the roots to escape, and they should grow better that way, and it'll be easier to keep them watered. Although one great thing about putting succulents in small pots is they're a lot less likely to die from drying out because they're succulents. But Portulacaria like water, from what I understand. And I would have put a finer, I know Eric at Bonsai and Nigel Saunders use sand. I just didn't have sand, and maybe I will put sand in the escape pot. But here's how I'm going to keep them. I put this one in this other succulent that I have, that I've bonsai'd a little sedum. I've had in this pot for quite a while, and you can see it's escape rooting. I just put it in there because there was only 4, and it had that number. It really does look off to me. I wanted a nice odd number in the pot. So this is how I'm going to keep them. There's the last one. So this is truly the end.